What's going on, guys? It's Screech here. We are back with another episode of Scrub League. The rules are once again on the screen. You can pause to read them at any time. And of course, the deck profile is also on the screen right now. You can pause to see that. No changes from the previous episodes as well. Another day, another game in this tournament, this time against Terrence, who's really high in the leaderboard right now. He starts with a Fusion Destiny, allowing him to send the materials directly from his deck to the grave. He will go ahead and send a copy of Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, Destiny Hero Malicious, and Destiny Hero Disc Commander, allowing him to summon a fusion monster from his extra deck. He chooses to summon out a Destiny Hero Dominance. He then will follow up by banishing that copy of Destiny Hero Malicious from the grave. Of course, now at 2 on the ban list, so he won't be doing this much more. He will banish the copy, allowing him to summon another copy directly from the deck. He then goes ahead and uses the effect of Destiny Hero Dominance on his own deck, allowing him to essentially stack the top 5 cards of his deck. Not a bad effect. Then follow up with the Extender Monster Reborn. We always love seeing Monster Reborn in our opening hands. Could potentially revive the Disc Commander to draw 2, but opts to do the Diamond Dude and use the Diamond Dude's effect. He hits a copy of Ultra Polymerization off the Diamond Dude as well, and then we'll go ahead and go into a Link 2 for the extra hero. He then goes ahead and uses the extra hero effect, which we meet with a copy of Effect Veiler, and that is actually all he manages to do. The Effect Veiler must have done enough because he just passes turn with that board, allowing us to do our plays. For turn, we're going to go ahead and draw a nice vanilla copy of Cyber Dragon. We start by special summoning the Cyber Dragon and eventually contemplate on our next play, but we'll eventually just contact fuse with the Cyber Dragon and the extra hero in the extra monster zone, allowing us to make Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. If this tournament has taught you anything, is that Mega Fleet is not dead and Cyber Dragons are not dead for this reason. I know this is Scrub League, but people are still forced to summon in the extra monster zone more than often. So we're going to go ahead and play Rift System here, allowing us to revive back our Cyber Dragon. A little bit of contemplating, but eventually we are going to go ahead and link off this Cyber Dragon and the Chimera Tech into Cyber Dragon Vega, the Link 2. He's becoming one of my favourites. When I first made this deck I did not like it. We're then going to go ahead and normal summon Nashta, and Nashta's effect will trigger, allowing us to revive a 2100 from our grave, and we're going to revive the dead Cyber Dragon we just used to fully summon. We then play one of possibly my least favourite cards in the entire deck, Cyberload Fusion, allowing us to shuffle back the materials from our banish pile or on the field to fusion summon a monster that specifically lists Cyber Dragon. We opt to do Rampage here. Could have potentially done something like a Cyber Twin, but we opt for Rampage, which would normally destroy a few spell and traps, but there was none on the field. However, we do have the Ziga combo here, allowing us to boost it up largely. We are going to go ahead and use the effect of Rampage to send a couple of materials from the deck to the grave. We're going to go ahead and send a Nashta, and then going to go ahead and send a Hertz. Hertz effect will also trigger, allowing us to add a Cyber Dragon from our deck or graveyard. After adding the Nishidi Nashta back to hand, we can go ahead and follow up with a variety of things like Rev System here, but we opt to go into battle phase, attacking with Rampage, and on the damage step, using the effect of Cyber Dragon Ziga to boost it to 4200. So 4200 into the Rampage. This potentially could have been game if I had only read Rampage's, Dominance's effect. So its effect is when it's destroyed, he gets to special summon back all the materials that he used for the fusion summoning of it. So he gets the Malicious back, he gets the Diamond Dupe back, and he gets the Disc Commander back. And of course, Disc Commander's effect, when it's special summoned, also triggers, allowing him to draw 2 additional cards. We eventually continue during the battle phase, attacking over everything else that he has, except the Malicious. For some reason we opted to keep the Malicious, and I don't know why we opted to keep the Malicious. We could have attacked over it with the Ziga. Little mistake on my behalf. We contemplated here as to whether to make a Nova and Infinity play, but we just pass over to him. He starts his stupidly consistent turn with a Destiny draw, allowing him to draw 2 and discard Destiny Hero, following that up with another Destiny draw. That is some seriously mad consistency, followed by another consistency card in Reinforcements of the Army, allowing him to search a warrior as well to his hand. He then normal summons Destiny Hero Decider and uses the effect of Ultra Polymerization in his graveyard, allowing him to fusion summon as well. Eventually he fuses off both of these into this Dystopia. He will use the effect of Dystopia, targeting the Dominance in the grave and burning us for 1600 damage. It's not looking good for us now. His plays are certainly going. He's definitely had enough consistency cards to do a lot of things. He then goes ahead and banishes the Ultra Poly, allowing him to summon back them materials as well. He then follows up with another copy of Fusion Destiny, allowing him once again to send them materials from his deck to the grave for a fusion summoning of a Destiny Hero monster. Summoning another copy of Destiny Hero Dominance, he then declares the effect, allowing him to stack his top 5 once again. I believe he sent a Celestial and a Dynatag and something else to summon this Dominance, so that is more consistency in a following turn as well. He goes ahead and uses the Dynatag, banishing it to boost one of his cards by 1000 attack. He opts to do the Dystopia, and the Dystopia is now it's pretty big. Of course, Dystopia also has the effect when it has more attack points than its original. It, I believe, can destroy a card on the field. He targets and destroys my Cyber Dragon Ziga, then uses these 3 for the summoning of a Plasma from his hand. It's not looking good. He takes control of my Rampage, making it equipped for 2100, and then eventually will go over to the battle phase and poke for quite a lot of damage, leaving us on just 500 life points. We go ahead and for turn, doesn't really matter what we draw. He gets to add the, I believe that's Dogman to his hand. For turn we draw Hurts. We potentially could have done a lot with this hand, but Plasma just stops us from doing anything, and we are going to scoop and unfortunately have lost game 1. And after siding, we are opting to go second again. Decent hand. This time he starts with the Diamond Dude, and unfortunately this time misses the effect because he hits only a Drill Dark. And again, we have a decent hand. We have the machine dupe in our hand. Don't believe we have resolved it yet this tournament, so we could potentially do some big plays. He's going to go ahead and activate a copy of Polymerization. Every time I see this artwork of Polymerization, I have to read it because I just sort of I've got used to the OG art that I barely see anybody play this. I believe it did come out in Destiny Soldiers as a reprint as well. That might have been the original art. So he goes ahead and fusion summons for this guy as well, and another thing to note is he used a copy of Malicious for the summon of Dystopia there. He then goes ahead and links off both of these into the extra hero. It's looking okay. He's got Malicious Engrave, he's got the extra hero. He has, however, sunk nearly his entire hand into this. He gets to summon back the Dystopia, and then he's going to go ahead and use the effect of Malicious Engrave. After summoning the Malicious, he gets rid of it with the effect of the extra hero here, allowing him to add a card from his deck to his hand. He's going to add the Diner tag. He then sets a mysterious card and will pass over to us. On our standby phase, he activates this mysterious card, which is actually the Tactics. We then start our turn. It's looking like a decent hand. We do make a slight mistake, which we will have to explain here. So we special summon the Cyber Dragon, revealing the Via and special summoning the Via for a normal summoning the Hurt, and attempting to activate Machine Dupe, which we actually cannot do right now because of the boost that Via gives. So we are forced to link the Via and the Cyber Dragon off into a Cyber Dragon Ziga, then activate our copy of Machine Dupe. Just a small thing to note when you are playing Cyber Dragons, that if you have Via, it becomes very hard to machine dupe. That's why a lot of people opt not to play Via, but Via is quite a good extender. We then have a little bit of a ruling question. He uses the effect of Dystopia on the activation of the machine dupe to target the Hurt and destroy it. I didn't know if the effect of machine dupe would still go through because it's already been activated. However, it can then not meet the cost because the Hurts would be destroyed upon resolution. He sends me the Wikipedia link, we read it real quick, and it turns out that, unfortunately, if the card is destroyed before Machine Dupe fully resolves, it means we cannot activate it. So once again, our Machine Dupe has been stopped for like the 6th game in a row, and unfortunately has left us in a bit of a harder situation here. We will go ahead again and search off the Hurts. Searching this time for a vanilla Cyber Dragon. Once again, attempting to search the Nashta, and you can't. Need to keep remembering that. We'll then activate the emergency. This time, we will search for the Nashta. I think that's because this is the play I had in my head. We will discard the Cyber Dragon, summoning the Nashta. Nashta's effect also activates, allowing us to summon back the Cyber Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and activate a singular copy of... we're then going to go ahead and contact fuse into a Mega Fleet, then going to activate our singular copy of Rough System, bringing back the Cyber Dragon, allowing us to potentially make Infinity Planes, which is exactly what we do. We're going to overlay both of these into Nova, use the Nova effect to detach the Cyber Dragon and special summon the Cyber Dragon, and then slap the Infinity on top. We are looking like such a good position right now, with him only having a singular card in hand, D-Tactic and a Dystopia on board. We have established a very, very good board here. We then go to the battle phase, attack with our normal Cyber Dragon using the effect of Ziga, attack with Infinity and attack with Mega Fleet, dealing a decent amount of damage here. And for turn, he is going to draw. He's left with just the D-Tactics on the board and now the 2 cards in his hand. What can he do? He goes over to the main phase 1, sets 1 and passes. We are looking really good at this point. We potentially could have done a lot of things here. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Hurts, and just with that in mind, we potentially could have game on the board here. We attack with the Infinity and he scoops, and we go to game 3. And we're here with game number 3. So we're going second. He's going to be going first with his heroes still, as he makes his way over to the main phase, starting with a rotor reinforcement of the army, searching a diamond dude. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. He's kind of built this kind of like Diamond Dude Turbo. It's pretty good. He's going to start with a fusion recycling plant, discarding the Dark City to search him a poly. Like I said earlier, the alt art of poly always gets me off guard. He's got a Diamond Dude here, hitting a melee. Of course, that effect will not resolve. And he's going to go ahead and follow up with the polymerization, fusing off the Diamond Dude and a card from his hand into, more than likely, the Dystopia here. He does indeed go into the Dystopia. Using the effect of Dystopia, burns me for a little bit of damage, always nice. He's going to set a card and pass on the end phase. I believe he will get the effect of the fusion recycling plant, allowing him to add the Diamond Dude back, so at least he has a follow-up play. We have the Imperial Order in hand this time, which is always nice. We're going to go ahead and start with Cyber Emergency. We know he doesn't have an Ash to deal with this, as he only has the one card in hand. We search a nice copy of Nashta. We're going to go ahead and pitch the Hertz to special summon the Nashta. And of course the effect of Hertz will also activate, allowing us to search Cyber Dragon from our deck. Now we have a Cyber Dragon engraved. We can go ahead and replay the Repair Plant, allowing us to search a copy of Via to our hand. A little bit of a follow-up play here. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Core, triggering the effect of Veer in hand. Chainlink 1 Core, Chainlink 2 Veer. Veer will summon, and Core will get us a search for, well, any Cyber Spell or Trap. More than likely go for Rev System here, as it's probably the best option. Actually, no, we go for Cyberload Fusion. Cyberload Fusion, pretty good. We could potentially make Rampage here, start poking for a lot of damage. So, not too much in our hand right here. We can't special with the Cyber Dragon, of course we can still play the Cyberload Fusion, and of course we have the follow-ups with the Imperial Order. Could also potentially make a link, maybe a Cyber Dragon there. We are, however, locked into machines right now because of the... Oh no, we didn't use the Nashta effect, so we're not actually locked into anything right now. So we are going to go ahead and link off Core and Nashta into the Ziga here, go into the battle phase and beat over the Dystopia. I'm going to go ahead and declare the effect of Ziga, making him 42. In the main phase, we're going to go ahead and set 3 and pass to our opponent. So we've got an Overflow, an Imperial Order, and a Cyberload Fusion here, and we just shotgun the Imperial Order, which was a mistake. Should have possibly waited for him to at least do something with the spells, but we didn't. We just shotgunned the Imperial Order. I didn't want him getting anything back with the Fusion Recycling Plant, but still shouldn't have done it. He normal summons the Dystopia here, declares the effect. Oh, he hit the Fusion Destiny. Possibly the best one you could hit here. Now, of course, this isn't classed as activating a spell, so it isn't negated by Imperial Order because it's a card effect activating a card, similar to something like the Final Battle combo under the Last Warrior. Similar to that, if you know what I mean. So we're going to go ahead and Overflow here and get rid of that back row and get rid of the Diamond Dude. Now, if we could play spells here and we'd have not shotgunned the Imperial Order, we would have won this turn. We could have easily gone into a Rampage that can attack 3 times, and instead we opted to shotgun the Imperial Order on his standby phase, which I also should have waited till his main phase. So we made a few mistakes, but maybe we could come back from this. We are still looking in the prime position here. We've still got some monsters on board. We could potentially tribute summon for this Cyber Dragon. We're going to go ahead and put the Via in attack mode and go ahead and poke for a decent amount of damage. That is a decent-ish amount of damage. That's 32, yeah. We couldn't obviously Rev System because we are still under the Imperial Order. We will still be taking the 700 on the standby phase. Shouldn't have done it. It's the top and bottom of it. Should have just at least waited. It hurt him. We couldn't play the Econ. We couldn't Refusion Recycling Plant. But should have probably still waited. And obviously, of course, he managed to hit the Fusion Destiny off the Diamond Dude, and you can't predict that. So here he's going to go ahead and resolve the effect of Fusion Destiny, sending a bunch of stuff from his deck to the grave to summon out Malibane himself. Big Malibane on the board now. Now we have something to deal with, and of course we also shotgunned our Overflow earlier on, so we couldn't do that. He's going to go ahead and banish the Malicious and summon a copy of Malicious. He's going to go ahead and use the effect of Malibane here to stack his deck. Then a normal summon of Diamond Dude and the Diamond Dude effect again. Oh my god, he hit another. Wow. Monster Reborn was hit this time. Imagine. So he then goes ahead and links off Mali and the Diamond Dude into the link 2 of the extra hero. So not only now do we have to deal with the fact that he has Malibane on the board, the extra hero is going to obviously revive back the dead Dystopia. We also then have to deal with the inevitable amount of revival he's got now because of the Monster Reborn. So even if we miraculously survive this turn and out this board, he's going to Monster Reborn something back as well. Possibly maybe the Malicious Bane, maybe something from our graveyard. So we will now literally on the ticking time bomb. The inevitable game would have been wrapping up. So the Dystopia, Malibane and extra hero board is coming up pretty clutch right now. He's going to go ahead and burn me for some more with the Dystopia. And this is not looking good. I believe this is a straight game on board right now, with the Malibane being on an absolute army of attack. He goes ahead and uses the Dyna tag as well at some point to boost it by 1,000. He's going to go ahead and use the effect of Malibane to banish the Ziga and then just attack directly for game. So the Shotgun Imperial Order and the Shotgun Overflow is what cost us this game, but unfortunately we still have a chance of progressing in this tournament. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, it has been Screech. We upload these 2 to 3 times a week depending on the games we get given, and you should probably leave a like and comment. And yeah, maybe we can make some changes next week to our deck. Still probably going to stick with Cyber Dragons. It's been your boy Screech, guys. Peace.